Hello, small business owners. Tax can be a real headache, right? So all those forms and deadlines are very stressful. Don't worry, today I'm sharing a simple step-by-step guide to file your business taxes yourself. Save money and ease the stress. I use Future Tax software in this video just because its price is beginner-friendly. 60 for one return, and if you need additional return for the same version, it's $20 more. So for small business owners, if you only need to file federal corporate tax return, then one license $60 is enough. But if you are in some province, it's also require you to file a separate provincial corporate tax return, then you might need to buy a second one, but no need to worry. You can just buy one, and then when you find you need it, you can upgrade additional. And this video is not sponsored by Future Tax. I just introduced it because I found the price is pretty good. So let's get started. And this is Future Tax, and you can download it for free because when you download it, you don't need to pay. And you can also fill the information. You still no need to pay. Only when you need to submit, when you're ready to file teacher return, it will require a license. So let's get started. So this is Federal Forms T2, and this is 9 pages. It's usually called T2 jacket. And basically in the page 1, there are some basic information like business numbers. So I believe your guys all have those informations on your hands. Just in case if you don't remember your business number, you can find it in your corporate incorporation documents, or you can find it in your CIA My Business account. So we'll use some example numbers just for this video. And RC, it's always at 0001. And corporation's name, so we use ABC. Address of head office. It asks if you change this address. So if you are not change it, select no. But if you select yes, then input address here. And also your mailing address same. So those boxes you should input it based on your situation. And location of books and records. So if it's different from your head office, if you hire someone to do your bookkeeping, like a bookkeeping service company or bookkeeper to do your bookkeeping, so you should also answer this question if it's changed or not. And type of corporation. So basically for most small businesses, it's a Canadian controlled private corporation. And also for other options, if that applies to your situation, just choose the one. And then for the tax year, for all those questions, I will not go one by one because it's different for each cases. So if you are not sure about what it's meaning, it's probably not applied to your situation, or if you want to 100% confirm it, you can just search online or ask AI what this questions means, and then tick the box that applies to your cases. For some small business owners, especially startups, it is your first year of filing. Congratulations, you're in corporate. And then for the first year of filing, you should select incorporation, and here we are. They will pop up a notification here. So if you are first year of filing, they are following choices in order to file a tax return. One is mail, and another one is submit electronically. So for mail, if your claim line 10 is address of head office, has this address changed since the last time the CIA was notified? If you select yes, then follow this instruction here, claim line 11 to 18, and mail it to CIA. But I personally would recommend submit electronically because it is flexible, it is quick. You can immediately know that the CIA received your tax return or not. To make sure that in your CIA My Business account, the CIA already notified about your most updated address. So you can choose no here, and then even if it's your first year of filing, you can submit electronically. All those questions just go one by one. And then, is the corporation a resident of Canada? It's for most small business, I believe the answer is yes. You should make sure it is correct. Is the corporation a resident of Canada? And then let's go to see what's in page 2. So page 2 is a lot of financial statement information. It asks those questions. Is the corporation related to any other corporations? and all those questions. You should just go one by one to see. And most of it, I think, for just the startups, it would not apply. And if your corporation have any shareholders, so for example, if you are a small family business, maybe you and your partner, maybe you both have shares of this corporation. So in the future, you can distribute dividends or salaries to each other. So if there's any shareholders own 10% or more, you should tick yes here. And then let's go to see this schedule as 50. It's shareholder information, and when you click here name of shareholder, it will also pop up a notification about information can be entered on the related info worksheet on the left side under the other folder, and we can just go to see the related information here, and you can just input the name of shareholder. Let's just say Mary Green, and business number, social number, just input 1. If you can see, if you claim the business number, leave the SIN number as blank, vice versa. So if you are just an individual shareholder, then input your social insurance number. And let's just say 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Use this as an example. And corporation start, let's use as end of, and we go to C, and then we go to here, and then we go to S50 and click here. You can choose from you just entered information, and the social insurance number, it will automatically show here. So let's say if you are 50-50 with Mary, then it's 50. And same for you to enter the second shareholder's information. So let's go back to the T2. We can see from page 3, there are some additional information that used when it prepares. No, it's the corporate inactive. But if you did use the International Financial Reporting Standards, then you select yes. But if no, just select no. It's the corporate inactive. So I believe for most startups, it is active. So select no here. Did the corporation meet the definition of substantive CCPC? So it's not actually CCPC. You can Google online about what substantive CCPC means. So based on my understanding, it is even if you are not CCPC, but in some level you are CCPC, but that's complicated. So if you have no idea what is asked, then choose no, because you are regular CCPC. But to make 100% sure, just Google and to see what substantive CCPC means. This question is kind of confused every time it appears here. And also specify the principal products. Let's say what? Just input your products here. Let's say if you are consultation, and if it is 100%. If you sell more than one product, you can just list one by one and also specify their percentage. So did the corporation immigrate to Canada during the tax year or immigrate? So those questions all based on your cases. And here we are. So those taxable income, you can see the numbers, their color is green. So green color, it always means it is automatically from another part. So now it's when I click it, it automatically creates a form. But just remember, those boxes are not input directly from here. It means you enter this value in other place. So for corporate tax return, what matters is your balance sheet and your profit and loss statement, or you can call it income statement. Step S100, it is based on your balance sheet. Balance sheet and income statement is the thing that you should prepare before you start to file your corporate tax return. If you hire a bookkeeper or a bookkeeping service, you should ask those questions. You should ask those statements. Or if you do bookkeeping by yourself, most bookkeeping software can generate those reports. So for S100, it's balance sheet information. For most startups, if your bank account still have, let's say, 10,000 in your corporate fiscal year end, you should enter 10,000 here. And previous years, if it is your first year of filing, of course, the previous year's amount is 0. But if it is not your first year of filing, you should check the previous year's amount. And then just follow your balance sheet, you can see there's a lot of options you can choose, or you can call it accounting categories. You should just choose from those. It's a very long list and not very search friendly. I would recommend that you get familiar with your balance sheet and then choose the options that apply to your case. And then liabilities. So the very common thing is account payable. Like if you still need to pay some money to others or credit cards, you should just enter here amount. Let's say you still have 1,000 that need to pay to others. Then we enter 1,000 here. And then let's see page 2. Common shares, retained earnings, those kind of things. So for common shares, it's different for each company, I would say, if you have shareholders. But normally 100 here, but you should always double check. So it's the same. You can choose those categories. For Schedule 100, it is more relied on your balance sheet, really. So for this part, just prepare your balance sheet and then it will be much easier. It's more like data input, not too much like calculation or logic or mathematics behind those. Let's go to see the Schedule 1 to 5. It is income statement and the same as 100. If you have your income statement ready, it could be really easy for you to enter those. The same steps, you enter amount, previous year's amount, and then choose from those categories if it applies to your corporate. And operating expense is more like expense for your operating. It's just like what it says in the words. Let's say management fees, office fees, those kind of things. There's a long list, so you can just browse these categories and to see which one applies to you. And let's say page 3. So farming expenses, if you're not, just skip this part. And those part, other comprehensive income, extraordinary item and income taxes. So for most small business, like startups, maybe your business is not that complicated, so those parts are not applied to you, probably. So for the Giphy parts, there's S141. There's several parts. It's questions, and read every questions and select which one applies to your case. And page 2. So basically, this S141 asks about who prepare those financial statements, who prepare this tax return. If it's you are the small business owners. You should just answer those questions by the case. And I would also like to introduce another feature that's very useful is verify. So if we click verify, there's several arrows, of course, because we haven't input many numbers. It will just say it's like a line, which line and what kind of issues you should fix. So for file your T2, those arrows, I recommend you examine them one by one and click clear all of them until it shows no arrows here, and then you click next. So there's arrows and you wouldn't be able to click next. And when you are ready to file, you might click this one. When you are ready, when every number is input correctly, click ready to file T2. This is federal T2 and you need web access code or e-file number. Web access code you are filed by yourself. So usually this web access code is from your notice of assessment of last year corporate tax return. You can find it on your CIA My Business account, or there's this e-file number. This means the tax preparer is filing it, so they should enter in e-file number onto this software. You don't have web access code, which means it is the first year of your corporate filing. So click continue. And we get here web access code. So if you want to get a web access code, it says enter first name, last name, title, and postcode. We enter first name, last name, title, and postcode. And we click OK. Then it should generate a web access code. You will need a license because you can download or enter information for free. But when you need to submit, the software asks for a license. You can click license here, or you can Google online about Future Tax. I already opened their website. It is pretty old school style design, but it works. Let's see. 60 for one return and 20 more for one additional. If you click buy products, it will go to here. So make sure you are purchased the correct version of your downloaded software, because this license, they are not like buy one and you can use all versions. In most cases, you probably download the newest release and then you should purchase this version. So it's a software ID about Click It. What is software ID? Actually, it is in here. In the help, you can see software ID about, and then you will get that information. You can just input here your software ID shows, and then there's just some agreement that the software try to make sure you understand. The license can only work for this version and it cannot be transferred, so you should make sure you understand what this means and click all those. And if you click purchase, okay, now we're not enter ID, so it will not let us proceed. Okay, so just for the sake of this video, we can just stop here. So a simple way to tackle your tax returns without the stress. And now you can save money and focus on growing your business. If you found this video helpful, give us a thumbs up, subscribe for more tips about tax savings and bookkeeping advices. If you have any questions, please feel free to comment below. See you in the next video.